There are social media rumors that school might be shutting down after the Christmas break. Are these rumors true, and are we actually shutting down? I interviewed 4 people on how COVID has impacted their life over the last 2 years. These are their responses. So, how has COVID impacted you in the last 2 years?
Well, first off, I would say we're lucky, and my family's lucky, that COVID hasn't negatively affected anybody by making anybody seriously sick that we know. So that would be the most important thing. The second thing of how COVID has impacted my life is that I lost my job when first COVID hit, which was a hard adjustment. Little anxiety here and there, but things seemed to work themselves out, and I wound up finding actually 2 other jobs, 2 part-time jobs that kind of make up for my one job that I lost that I really, really love. So I would say that being safe, and we're vaccinated and very, very lucky, we've learned to live with it, and we're getting on with things, and we're staying safe, and still hoping that everybody stays healthy.
So, how has COVID impacted your life over the last 2 years?
Well, in March of 2020, my company decided to send everybody home and work from home. That was a struggle at first, but after getting used to doing it day after day, it became very easy, and everything was very fluid from that point on. So really, that was the biggest adjustment I had to make.
So, how has COVID impacted your life in the last 2 years?
Well, I started a new job, and a lot of people are getting sick due to the COVID, whatever. And now my boss has been asking me to work so many extra hours, and it's getting so tiring. I don't seem to have a chance to get a day off, so it's been a lot on me.
So, how has COVID impacted your life?
Alright, so it hasn't really impacted that much, to be 100% honest. I've been antisocial for pretty much my entire life. It wasn't that bad. Granted, it did get me closer to my sibling, so that was a good experience. My closest one coming out. It gave me a lot more time to just be with myself, if that makes sense. Just hang around with myself. That might sound crazy, but I don't really care. But it wasn't really that different. I mean, the mask, I don't really mind it that much, but yeah, that's kind of it.
I chose a relevant topic that affects the school and community alike. I wanted to know how COVID and the current pandemic has affected the everyday lives of 4 different people. 4 different ages, different demographics, and different opinions about the virus. I thought that 4 different people would have different answers and feelings about how COVID has affected them. However, I found all 4 answers to be quite familiar. I hope you can relate to them, and maybe your thoughts are like theirs as well.